Hey everyone, I am on my long hike out after bushwhacking deep into a remote unnamed pond in the southern Adirondacks. Something that I haven't found any trip reports on, doesn't have a name, can't find any information on, so I decided to go on a solo overnight in a hammock and check this place out. There was some strange night activity. The sighting of this rare creature, insert clickbait title here, I'm sure. So stick around to the end to see what that's all about, and enjoy the video. Bear spray. Hopefully I don't have to use it. Although spring is the time when mama bears have come out of hibernation for the winter and they have their young ones with them. Who knows, but I have it if I need it. I'm more worried about rattlesnakes, spraining my ankle, that sort of thing. So I'm in the southwest corner of the Adirondacks, the Black River Wild Forest. 130,000 acres, about 90 trail miles or so, but I'm not even going to be anywhere on the trail. I'm not going to bother signing in or anything. There's a trail sign in right over here. I'm not going to sign in because I'm going nowhere on the map that's even marked at all. So I do have the GPS coordinates and the local ranger. The goal is to hike in a few miles and then cut off the trail and bushwhack to the spot that I've been kind of eyeing as I've been doing my research. I don't think anyone's been to this location in, I'm not even exaggerating, well over 100 years. Maybe a random hunter, I don't know, but this is really off the beaten path, so here we go. As you saw back there, the gate across the road is still closed because it's so early in the season, so vehicles can't come down the road this early in the season. I could probably camp right here, smack dab in the middle of this trail. I could probably string my hammock up and camp across the main road and wouldn't see a single human being, but what's the fun in that? So I've reached the spot in the trail where I want to cut off and bushwhack into this remote backcountry pond. I'm gonna hop off, get in the woods, get off trail, start bushwhacking, and we'll find that remote pond. It looks like there's a beaver dam right up there. Maybe that's a big pond created by a really large old beaver dam. There's also a chance, I don't know how likely, but this is moose territory. We're in wet, swampy area. Nobody goes back here, like, ever. So I'm gonna keep my voice down a little bit because while it's really unlikely, that'd be really freaking cool to see a moose over here. Runs all the way across here. Don't see anything yet. Then again, I just got here. Don't expect to see a moose like standing right in front of me. But wow, what a day. This weather is just absolutely perfect. Absolutely perfect. A little warmer than I expected for this early in the year. Just broke out the air conditioner at home today here in mid-April. But we'll keep pushing along, see what we can find. This is gonna be some gorgeous camping. This is unreal. This is just unreal. I hope that got on camera. The nice thing is that I'm already seeing nice wide open areas where I can camp. I'm gonna keep pushing on ahead and follow this body of water even deeper. But it's nice to see that there's spots where the forest is open enough, because I brought a tarp to set that up on the ground if I had to. And I'm hoping to string my hammock up. I was concerned that this thing would just be a wall of trees, and it would be difficult. But you can see the water's right here, the gorgeous view, wide open space to either tarp camp or hammock camp. So we'll see what lies beyond. But I can always come back here if I don't find a good spot down there a ways. Well, I think I found a spot that I'm gonna set up at, and the view doesn't look too shabby. This body of water right here behind me, again, it's unnamed. We're gonna call it Phil's Pond, I guess. I don't know, but it goes on quite a ways. It's about 16 acres, and then it cuts into a little outlet, and then it feeds into another body of water similar to this, and then it keeps on going. This is about 0.8 of a mile, and then a couple 100 foot across wide. But this is my view for the night, and it's gonna be pretty freaking awesome. There's a chickadee that has swooped down to investigate who I am and why I'm here. Hopefully the camera caught that. That was pretty cool. He stopped and landed 2.5 feet from me. So I'm really close to the water, but I'm gonna try and set up my my hammock and ridge line from this tree to this tree. It's gonna be a calm, warm night. It'll get down to about 56. So I'm thinking I'll like the breeze. This whole knot, this is the trucker's hitch, when I want to undo it tomorrow, all I have to do is yank on this. It undoes this loop right here. Whole thing comes apart in like 3 seconds. So the beauty of the prusik knot is it'll go out, but it won't slide back in when it's fully taut. And I just stuck a stick through here to keep the tarp tethered to the ridge line. Well, this is my view for the night. And that's the sound I have to listen to all night. That'll be interesting.
Foreshadowing.
All those baby frogs chattering away. Time to eat. We have plenty of time until expiration. Got my lighter here. On my lighter here, one thing I do is I wrap duct tape around just a few feet around the whole thing. And duct tape burns really well for a handful of minutes. So you can just take it, rip it off, just light it. And I'll just put it right here on this old man's beard. Little piece of duct tape right on your lighter. Little bit goes a real long way.
Hey, want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? Guys!
1 hour later.
So you may have noticed that this doesn't look familiar as to what you just saw with my last camping setup. You also may notice that it's much quieter. They were getting so loud, just as I kind of feared. So I pushed off of the water and I backtracked just a little bit, and it's, oh my God, it's so much quieter. I think this will be a new, better spot for the night. In case there's any danger in the night.
Let's get dangerous.
Got my lantern going. The sun is mostly down at this point. I mean, I'm not concerned about wildlife, but the nice thing is there's dead leaves everywhere. If anything does approach me, it's going to be really obvious and loud. So if I don't hear any leaves crunching on the ground around me, I'll be perfectly fine. I'll be perfectly fine anyways. I got my bear spray ready to go in my pocket. I got my axe nearby. Just rocking in this hammock. Tiny little like rocking motion in the breeze and just the quietness, other than a few night birds. Just putting me to sleep. It's not even that late. It's probably like 9:30, but I should pass out. It should be a boring night, and I'll see you in the morning. Good night. So that was an interesting night's sleep. I did have 3 visitors in the night, sort of. That I'll show some clips here of of what happened at night. Had a very close call with some wildlife that startled me. So the first one is, I heard some coyotes off in the distance. I'll go ahead and play that quick. I'm hoping to catch this on video. I was hearing coyotes off in the distance. Yeah. They're quite a ways away. I'm not terribly worried about them coming over this way. They're shy. They keep to themselves. So that was pretty cool to hear the coyotes kind of just yipping off in the distance. I wasn't worried about them coming over near me. It was kind of cool to actually just hear it, and it didn't last very long. I'm glad I got it on camera. Then the typical barred owl you'll hear at night. I got the who cooks for you all call. And that was kind of on and off throughout the night. And then my most disturbing and unexpected visitor of the night was right here. It sounded like a deer or a bear walking through the woods. Holy cow, he was loud. This is what I've been shouting at, thinking it's a deer or something walking by me. Crawling through the leaves here, making a racket. Holy cow. 1, 2. Spotted salamander. Making all tons of racket, walking all around in all these dead leaves here. First I thought it was the wind just rustling some leaves around. I'm like, no, that something is, it's a step. It's a slow step. And I'm thinking, is it like a fox? Is it a porcupine? So I start clapping my hands and I just give a few random shouts thinking it'll scare off. And I'm quiet again, I stop. And I still hear. And I'm thinking, what dumb animal or brave animal is just not fazed by my loud noises? Loud noises! So I eventually turn on my headlamp and start shining it around. And I'm like, no, this is much closer, but I don't see anything. It sounded like half a dozen. I got 3 on camera, but it sounded like 6 or 7 different spots all around me. And they're crawling through these dead leaves, making a racket. I mean, they're large for a salamander. They're probably 8-9 inches long, but they're just crawling around. I've never seen anything like it. So I do a quick bit of research, and it's a rare sighting to see these because they live about 95% of their life underground. And then in early spring, they come up out of the ground, and then they go and they migrate towards a nearby body of water. Then they lay their eggs. So they were all migrating under my hammock and downhill. It goes downhill over here under my hammock towards the water. And they just so happened that my hammock was on top of their spot where they were, their little migration trail. So that was pretty wild, and I heard that on and off throughout the night. I did not expect salamanders to be my night disruption. Surprise! So I'm just gonna go down to the water, fill up my water bottle, then I'll heat it up, purify it, then I'll just get a light little breakfast going, then pack up and start heading on out. Probably doesn't show up on film, but ooh, that's going. So my intelligent bushcraftness forgot to bring the stand. So I'm hoping that these rocks will allow me to put the cup on top and doesn't put out the fire below, because we're keeping oxygen flowing. These chopsticks should do just fine.